3, 2, 1, end of test. Keying with a go.
Well, hello there, and welcome to another edition of Warbird Wednesday. My name is Fred Bell, and today we are going to show you something really neat, and that is our segment on the Edwards Air Force Base, United States Air Force Test Pilot School. So stay tuned to this because you are going to see some of the coolest things ever. Greg and I got to go on a field trip, so stay on this video because you'll see some neat stuff. Well, I am here with the commandant of the test pilot school, Poco. So how you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for coming out to visit us.
Oh my word, what a tremendous welcome mat you have put out for us. And I just want to say thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
So much. You know, for a kid who has been interested in airplanes my entire life since I was a little guy, to be here and to see all this history, you just kind of pinch yourself. Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit about where was the where for you to, I mean, you come a long way, you know.
So I'm an interesting case. A lot of the people that come through here and come to the school have been interested in aviation their whole life, right? They always wanted to either be a pilot or fly, or go be in the space shuttle, right, in the astronaut program. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. So I was a little bit different. I liked science and math. So kind of as the years went on, I said, I guess that means I'll be an engineer. Had the opportunity. My dad was enlisted in the Air Force. So we spent a lot of time in New York, and we moved out here to Edwards, actually.
I was going to say, you told me that. So you were here.
Yeah, you moved out here right before my junior year of high school. So I'm a graduate of Desert High School here at Edwards Air Force Base.
Really?
Yeah, with great opportunities. Got to see the shuttle land, hear sonic booms every day in class, just air show every day, right? You'd be outside, the B-2s flying over, nice and low, doing a test. It's awesome.
So it was good being a kid here.
Oh, it was great. But at the same time, I still didn't really have any interest in being part of that or in there. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Kind of as time went on, I actually got the opportunity to work at NASA, what was NASA Dryden back then, being at high school here. Great summer art job, right?
Right.
What better job for somebody interested in science and math than to have the opportunity to go work at NASA? So I got to talk to the engineers there, see what they did. It was kind of at that time that I was like, well, this is cool, but I'm not quite sure this is for me, this aero thing. So I was kind of like, but I still love science and math. So what do I want to do? Where do I actually fit in? And what's best for me? I decided that I wanted a free education. So I was looking at ROTC. My dad, having been a recruiter for many years, actually had never told me about ROTC. I actually learned that at
Your parents didn't tell you,
Well, they don't push, right?
Yeah,
They're great parents.
no,
Just whatever
right.
they want, whatever they do. So I knew about the academy. So I went that route as well. And I mean, luckily I did get an appointment, but I did the ROTC thing as well. I actually, having been at high school here, they took us down to Plant 42 for a career day. And some of my friends that were there that I was, tagging along with, they're like, oh, wait, we need to see this recruiter and get these applications. And that's where I learned about ROTC. I just grabbed one too and then brought it home and read through it. Luckily, I applied for that and the academy, and I got both. So then I had my choice.
That's great.
So yeah, no complaints there. The opportunities that I had going to school here kind of opened those doors, I think, a little bit more for me. Being on the base and getting to work at NASA and just seeing the people and the environment was awesome. So I did go through Notre Dame for
very
ROTC
cool.
is what I ended up doing. I ended up picking electrical engineering.
Okay, an EECS major.
Yes, I am a double E. I'm a geek. Can't spell it without double E. So, and I had a great time going through those classes. So I was kind of not sure because I had kind of narrowed it down to mechanical and double E. I was, used to help my dad with the cars, and he kind of was a little bit run around with him and help him solve the problem. So I wasn't sure if that was the right one or if it was going to be, electrical. But going through my classes, I enjoyed logic. I'm a very logical person. I'm definitely an engineer, people will say. I think very logically as it goes. And after that, I got assigned to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base as an electrical engineer to do my 4 years payback tour, right? And then be out of the Air Force and go to industry. Had an awesome assignment to what is now called NASIC, the National Air and Space Intelligence Center. And as an electrical engineer, they actually gave me hardware to go figure out how it worked. So it was awesome, to actually use my degree right out of college, because a lot of my friends weren't getting to do that, both, in industry and in the Air Force. So I've just had awesome opportunities. And then I kind of stayed at Wright Pat a few more years. I did a tour at the Sensors Directorate. I think it's called something else now, of course, like everything. But I got to work on some digital receiver testing. And then I went down to the reconnaissance program office. So I even got to do some program office work there, doing some tech transition from the stuff at the labs. So I got a little bit of everything while I was at Wright Pat.
There's so much going on right now. And, I was having dinner with my son a while back, and he was like, "Oh, space is." I go, "You don't get it. If you look at like SpaceX and what's happening with suborbital, it's no longer hard to. It's hard to get up there, but it's not hard. It's not space shuttle hard and stuff." If you were advising kids who want to go down a path, what should they focus on? How should they? Is there a way they should go at it?
Really just focus on their science and math and kind of those fundamental concepts that are going to help them succeed in that problem solving and how to get there from here. Because those are really the fundamentals that have gotten us, most of us that are in this building here, to get through the test pilot school. One of our prereqs is that you have a core background in STEM areas. So, and also you have to have a minimum GPA as well. So, but what I tell the students a lot is if you hit a bump, just keep going. We're not all just super successful, always going to get A's or whatever, right? You can have B's and C's in there, and you just still keep pushing through, and you're still going to get there. I was not a 4.0 student in college, right? But I'm still here, and it's just, not getting upset or giving up because you hit a bump and thinking that you're not going to still be able to achieve your goals or desires.
So it's not all Top Gun, right?
No.
I mean, and the reality of the situation is you can do all this great work and don't limit yourself. I hear what you're
Absolutely.
saying.
Yeah, just keep all the doors open, right? And if you do, like I said, mess up or hit a bump, just keep going. Because I think a lot of the students you talk to, a lot of the times they feel like, well, I'm not good at math, so it's not going to happen. But try, go get extra help, go get tutoring and get good at math, right? There's ways to improve yourself. Like I said, in college, I wasn't a 4.0 student, and sometimes I'd sit through a class and I have no idea what this professor just taught us, right? But then I'd either go ask my classmates or the teachers' assistants in their office hours and get someone to explain it to me another way, and then I could understand it. So
we talked to Klepto, but that's a great call sign. I had a hard time talking to her. And so, Klepto, how are you? But we talked to Klepto about the integration of Space Force.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that with the school?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously we've been around 78 years now, just as, a flight test school. A few years ago, the space community kind of came to us and said, hey, we need to develop our testers as well a little bit. What can you do? So we started in 2021, actually, was our first course of 3 months long for the space test course. So we're trying to understand the space sciences and the space domain right off. It's different than the flight domain and how things work there. So we're trying to bring in those experts and keep developing that course. So right now we're up to a kind of a phased approach. So we started with 3-month courses, and now we're at 2 4 to 5 month courses. And eventually in 2026, it'll be fully integrated into what we call the long course, the flight test course. So we'll have the space and flight test course combined. And it's great because then, right, everything's multi-domain these days, and we can do multi-domain projects. So we can have a lot of the academics all together. They'll do some individual space sciences and flight sciences academics, and then they can come back together for those test management projects and do multi-domain test management projects and learn to work together in the different domains.
We hear a lot about hypersonics.
Yes.
And hypersonics, which is somewhat comical because we had the high ground with the X-15, and we did a lot of work on that. How critical is hypersonics going forward to both the test side and the forward deployed?
It's very critical. Obviously, our counterparts are developing them, and so as you mentioned, we were in that race, and then we kind of let it go, and now we're trying to play catch up to get back to it. But the thing is, testing that is a new area, right, and a new challenge, and that's what the people that come to the school are trying to figure out how to do. Like, what kind of range, right? These things go so fast, so far. Where do you set up the test equipment, and how do you test them? So those are the problems and challenges that the students that come through this course will help solve.
Is any of that knowledge that we had from the past, is any of it still valuable, or do we have to, with with electronic flight test controls and all the things that we have now, is that just we're going to have to go back and completely reinvent the wheel?
Oh, no, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's definitely lessons learned and people that work those programs, that you can talk to, and there's reports out there. So hopefully people are using those resources. A lot of times people don't necessarily take the time to go do all the research, but there's definitely lessons learned from the past.
There's a lot of talk about the demise of human-based systems. In other words, everything's going to be a drone, right? Everything. We just did a thing on the Stingray, the Q25 or the KC25, whatever it is, for a refueler, which makes perfect sense. What do you think about what's the future of drones in the world?
I think there's a place for them, right, as part of what we call, the system, right? The whole package moving forward, right? You have manned aircraft, you have unmanned aircraft, you'll have drones. It'll be a whole kind of everyone integrating together. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges, is figuring out how to integrate all that together. But I don't see the manned systems just completely going away. Yeah, not anytime soon.
And I'm going to take you down one more path here, and that is AI. A lot is being made about AI, and again with Klepto, we talked about Moore's Law, which I never paid attention to. I was like, no. And now you go back and fairly prophetic as to what's happening with technology and doubling time. If you're put on your crystal ball, how integrated will AI be into forward service testing, testing in the future and some of our systems?
I think if you talk to Dojo about the human system, right, and how that plays in, I think we're going to use a lot of that first to relieve a lot of the workload off of the human, and kind of see how it goes from there, while also having the unmanned systems teaming. So if you have one person in a cockpit, right, trying to work with these unmanned systems, they obviously need the bandwidth to have, not be doing something in their cockpit, so they can maybe manage these other systems. So I think it's going to be a tool for us to use going forward to increase our capabilities, but I don't know that it's we're just going to send the AI out and go.
Yeah, I mean, you lose autonomous systems, you lose some control.
Right.
And we probably always want to maintain a certain level of control.
One of those test management projects our students did supporting someone was actually working on trust and autonomy.
Really?
Yes, you can look when is it safe? When do I need to be looking outside? When can I have my head inside, right? Because I'm safe from everything. I'm not about to be shot. I can work on my task, and manage these guys. Or do I need to be looking outside because somebody's about to engage me? So we're definitely working on all those things.
So in this job as Commandant, 18 months?
Almost 3 years.
3 years?
Yes.
Okay, so you're getting ready to go on to other things. What does the future hold? Any idea?
I'm not sure, actually. Yeah, we'll see. I'd like to be involved in tests still to some degree, but I don't know if I want to work full time.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, I have 6 months between completing my tour as Commandant and then actually retiring, where I'll be supporting the test wing still here to try to figure some of that out.
So a beach is in your future for the near term?
Nah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, we have a European trip, actually.
Yeah,
Bob and his wife are great to help us. We're actually planning a European trip.
I had heard that. I didn't want to out you too much.
We did. I've got it. I've actually got the itinerary nailed down now and everything.
Very cool.
So my husband's the driver. I'm the planner of all the stops. So.
There you go. Well, we are grateful. Again, thank you so much. I'm almost speechless.
No,
so we really appreciate it.
We are grateful that you guys came out here. I mean, you can't beat Edwards. I mean, I haven't heard a sonic boom today. Maybe the day's not over yet. Maybe we'll still hear one. It's just a great place to be for aviation and all the history that's been here. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1, end of test. King was a go.
Day, all my fears have gone away. I guess this means I'm here to stay. Yeah, I'm ready to fly, ready to fly. 'cause ain't the